Welcome to Unreal Estate.
I'm Cam Knight.
And I'm Kate Langbrook. Join us as we get to dream big and explore the breathtaking world of luxury living in some of Australia's most fabulous homes.
We're having a sticky beak
I'm going to have a look in your fridge.
around some of Australia's weirdest
Is this the only exotic wildlife around here?
and most incredible houses.
Oh, you are joking.
We'll meet the lucky owners with the vision
Is that open or something? Oh, that is epic.
and the cash
What am I looking at for a fit out like this?
Looking in the vicinity of at least 100K.
to make their fantasy homes a reality.
This is one of the best in the world.
We'll poke around a world of wild imaginations,
Welcome to Esperance Stonehenge.
staggering wealth. Look at the size of that Everest on your finger. Serious luxury.
Well, that's a hell of an entrance. It's perfect.
And extraordinary homes.
Sold.
Tonight on Unreal Estate,
Wow.
Cam and I are hitting the coast to discover Australia's most incredible beach houses.
Probably about $140,000 worth of Italian marble on the floors.
I just wouldn't even leave home.
The $20 million mega mansion with everything you could ever need.
Are there 2 helipads?
There are 2 helipads.
That's ridiculous.
The stunning beach house that Love built.
It's really the best views money can buy.
And an eye-popping coastal creation that takes its inspiration from the sea.
The deck looks like the inside of a whale.
There are so many waterfront properties in Australia. We really are spoiled.
I'd love to have a house on the beach.
Oh, me too. But I want one with all the mod cons. No humble beach shack for me.
How good would it be to find the most perfect beach house in the country?
Oh, yes.
There's so much to love about Airlie Beach in the Whitsundays. Apart from being right in the heart of the Great Barrier Reef, it's also the location of a special place that could become your very own luxury beach house. This truly breathtaking Mediterranean-style mansion is called Mandalay House, and it's on the market for a mere $20 million. When it's sold, Mandalay will be one of Queensland's most expensive homes.
Now, like a lot of successful people, the owners, the Murrays, are super private, so I can't show you their faces on television. But they have entrusted me with the keys to Mandalay so I can try before someone else buys.
At 2,500 square metres, Mandalay looks more like a resort than a house. It's spread across 3 floors with a large theatre and games room on the lower floor, a 5-car garage, and a secretive cellar with dining for up to 10. The main floor has masses of space for entertaining with the terrace and pool. Inside is a formal lounge, media room, dining, kitchen, and a grand entrance with a very Italian-looking spiral staircase. All the bedrooms are tucked away upstairs and, of course, all have their own en-suites. Do I have your attention yet? Because this mega mansion comes with its very own marina. Imagine how many staff you'd need to keep this place running. I'll be meeting a few of them. But first, the man entrusted with selling Mandalay House is agent Mark Beale.
Mark, you are the representative of the reclusive Murrays.
Yes, I am very excited to be that.
And this is their magnificent private marina.
Yes.
So of the $20 million roughly of that the house is worth, what percentage of that, or what value does it add?
Well, it'd be at least a quarter. At least a
Right.
quarter, because it's so rare. This would be a minimum of $5 million to build if you could find the land, and you just can't. And it's a big marina too. You'll fit a 72-foot motorboat in here.
I don't know what that means, but I'm impressed by those figures.
It's a very expensive, very long one.
And I saw 2 H's. Are there 2 helipads?
There are 2 helipads.
That's ridiculous. His and hers.
Yes, it's the way to fly in the Whitsundays. This is a very special marina.
Sure.
You'll be lucky to find one of these on the east coast of Australia.
So, Mark, this is an extraordinary house.
Absolutely. The land's over 4,200 square metres. State forest on one side, National Marine Park on the other side, and then there's the house, 2,500 square metres.
That's a lot of house. The house is beautiful. It's very unusual for Australia. It feels very Mediterranean.
Correct. French Riviera type style.
How long did this take to build?
It was at least 3 years in the planning and about 3.5 years to build.
There's thousands of metres of stone.
There's real travertine, and there's a lot of Italian marble, which the owners travelled all throughout Europe to find that one specific marble.
And what an exhausting amount of marble there is. All this Brescia, Carrara and Marchina was shipped out from Italy and took 6 months to lay down.
This is rosewood timber.
Right.
It's beautiful hardwood. The grain's very fine, and it just lasts forever if you maintain it and look after it. Termites won't eat it.
Termites don't eat rosewood.
No, it's too hard. So it's all highest of quality.
Every nook and cranny has something lovely in it, like a lovely aspect, something nice to see, a curve.
Yes, yes. They've travelled a lot through Europe and America and stayed at a lot of these nice lodges and houses, so they've picked up bits and pieces on things that they like and got the designer and architect to build it all for them.
It's really beautiful.
Kudos to Neil and Denise Murray for creating a beach house here in the Whitsundays that would look just as perfect on the Mediterranean. I'll be back to chat with the staff and find out how they managed to keep this mansion looking so immaculate. I imagine it's not easy.
Noosa, on Queensland's Sunshine Coast, has one of the biggest concentrations of luxury beach houses in the country, none of which I own.
I'm here to meet Deb and Glenn Watson, who have built their dream home from the ground up. Glenn's a builder, Deb does interior design, so this is literally a labour of love for them. I believe the house is up there somewhere. So let's get out of this hazardous surf and go find their crazy love shack. Hello.
Hi, Kat.
Glenn.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Lovely
Deb.
to
Hello.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Mwah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. There's a lot of blue happening here, isn't there? Or azure,
Yes.
rather. Is that it?
Unless you're French, yes.
How do the French say?
Azure.
Azure.
Yes.
You've got to say it like that with a little
yes.
whisper.
Yes, you have.
All right. I love this pool. It's like a little foot pool just to refresh before you go in.
Yes, I think it's got a very relaxed beach feel.
Well, I feel very relaxed being here already.
Very good.
Show me around.
Come through.
Thank you. Wow, look at that. I just wouldn't even leave home.
We never take it for granted.
And you don't have very many neighbours around, so that's kind of nice as well.
No, it feels really private.
Do you ever call over there like, my house is better than yours?
No, only when we've had a couple of wines.
OK, when's that happening, by the way? This is the sort of place for a couple of wines. You just chill out here. This is nice. Sitting on the couch. Oh, this is the best way to just spend an afternoon.
Oh, yes.
Deb and Glenn's blue and white Greek-inspired beach house is laid-back opulence spread over 3 levels. The first thing that hits you is the open-plan kitchen, dining and living area that flows to the jaw-dropping outdoor space. This features a wet-edge pool with built-in day beds and a second dining area with more day lounges. Upstairs is a master bedroom and ensuite with a deck which has, you guessed it, even more day lounges, just in case you need to lie down after you come out of the spa. Below street level are 3 more bedrooms and living areas with a cheeky view of the pool.
This is a really exclusive area at North Sunshine Beach.
We actually have the national park and the beautiful headland, and then this beautiful beach and coastal view that goes all the way down to Caloundra. It's really the best views money can buy.
I love the day beds as well.
They call them floating day beds, and they're really eye-catching, aren't they?
They are. Just the look of that pool too. That's an infinity pool. And it just spreads out across the entire sea there.
You just want to go and jump into the water, don't you?
You do.
Yeah.
You really do.
Deb and Glenn shelled out $1.2 million for a 1970s-style house and then promptly demolished it to build their dream home. Nice for some. The whole exercise cost a cool $3 million. 2 years later, Azure is worth $7 million. Now that's what I call backing yourself.
There is no better place that I'd rather be.
So you've got more marble in here than a day spa. This is incredible. What is it?
This is imported Italian Carrara. I wanted a really ethereal, soft palette, so we've gone for the grey and white everywhere, and that means you can add pops of these beautiful blues and greens against it. There's probably about $140,000 worth of Italian Carrara marble just on the floors. We did jackhammer up 2 lots of tiles.
What do you mean? You made a mistake?
No, we just weren't happy with them.
The floor was
It's a
going to
real
make or
hardship.
break the whole feel.
And it's beautiful underfoot because
Take
it's
your
a
shoes
natural.
off. It's really nice.
I don't think you want that. And I've noticed there's a different type of marble in here than outside.
The outside's crystal white marble. It's imported and it's bush hammered so that it gets that nice texture.
It has natural little crystals in it that look like broken shells.
So relaxing.
Yeah.
And was the blue inspired by Cool Hand Luke over here?
Well, I'd like to say it was, but it wasn't. The blue is because we've got this beautiful azure ocean, and we wanted to make sure that we captured as much of the incredible view from every room we possibly could.
So there's more than just this view?
Oh, if you think this view's good, you wait till you see upstairs.
Coming up,
Chandeliers, check.
Kate finds out how many hands it takes to run a mega mansion.
This is my favourite kitchen to cook in.
And the best part about the kitchen...
A chef.
The marine-inspired masterpiece where nature rules.
It's like a large bird looking to fly away.
And later,
Welcome to the Peacock Room.
Cam explores Australia's most bizarre beachside property.
Do you ever just sometimes go, right, that's it, I've had enough, I've got to declutter?
Have you lost your mind?
This is the beautiful Mediterranean-inspired Mandalay house overlooking Airlie Beach and the gorgeous Whitsunday Islands. While the low-key owners aren't around today, their small army of staff, who are always around, are more than happy to share some of Mandalay's secrets. And my first thought is, if you had a kitchen as impressive as this, why wouldn't you have a personal chef?
How are you, Kate?
Hello, all the better for meeting a man with a
Sharp
knife in one hand and some seafood in the other.
Yes,
You're a personal chef,
I am.
so you cook for the Murrays.
I do quite a few functions and special events out here and dinner parties for up to 30 people, and this is my favourite kitchen to cook in.
Wow.
It's just spectacular.
It is beautiful.
You know, I do a lot of super yachts and private houses and mansions, but there's only one like this. It's like it's almost like the kitchen was designed first and the house was built around it, because this is just the best kitchen I've ever cooked in. It's got 2 convection ovens, it's got a steamer, it's got a big microwave, it's got an induction cooktop, it's got a gas hub, it's got a walk-in cold room, you've got a coffee machine built in. It's just an incredible kitchen. And then outside on the patio, you've got a wood-fired pizza oven. I could comfortably cook for 100 in this kitchen.
You know, it's got my favourite thing. A chef. That is all I want in the kitchen. So when you cook these dinner parties, these 30 or 40 people dinner parties, what's on the menu?
I just happened to have bought a menu today, so you can see whatever you'd like for lunch.
So this is how it works?
This is how it works. When you have a professional chef in, you have a menu, you select your lunch, and away it goes from there. So you're going to be
what happens if I
treated
want
just
everything?
like the lady of the household today.
What if I want everything? No, you know what I want. I could murder some Queensland King.
One of those.
That was what I was going to choose.
I'm psychic. Everyone wants chili crab.
Oh, I'm going to
So you can take a seat in the formal dining room, and I'll have lunch served you in about 10 minutes' time.
Thank you, Kev. The private dining room. The formal dining room. It's rich and really ornate and opulent.
With only the best French antique furnishings and a handmade Turkish rug worth 60 grand, so far it ticks all the boxes.
Chandeliers, check. Marble sideboard, check. Long dining table, check. And hungry lone eater, check. I'm ready.
And so am I. There you are, young lady. It's the best I could knock up at short notice, but I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it'll do.
Okay, enjoy lunch.
Kev, it's stunning. Oh, it's so good. Should only be done in the privacy of my own private dining room.
After lunch, I'll wander through the maze of marble to the master suite upstairs. And I kid you not, it takes up half the top floor.
Noosa lovebirds Deb and Glenn have also gone for a mega master bedroom, but theirs occupies the entire second floor. You can swing not one, but 10 cats.
Welcome to the master suite, otherwise known as the penthouse.
Do you think your room could be any bigger?
Well, we made it
Maybe.
as big as we could.
With romantic lighting and a spa and daybed on the deck, I have to say this palatial penthouse feels more like a honeymoon suite. Actually, I suspect that was the idea.
Before we moved in, right in this very spot is where Glenn proposed to me.
This is it.
This is it. The rest of the house was a construction site, and he had rose petals and in a heart and flowers and music.
Yeah, special, very special.
So
And
it was
had you
beautiful.
worked out what you were going to say?
I got down on one knee and I did, I can't remember exactly what I said. Begged, yeah.
Please, I'll get this house finished, please.
I will never make you work this hard again.
Where did you get married?
Down on the other deck, down.
Are you married here too?
Yes. Love built this house.
Love built this house. Can I get in and have a look in there?
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely.
Because I just want to see what the neighbours can see. You don't have much privacy there. See, so you're having a nice shower here. Just, g'day guys, how you going?
Before we shower, we drop this. That's your privacy.
That's a great idea. But why would you want to?
No.
You just want to leave it all open, don't you?
Even though it's all glass, it's very private. Nobody
Yeah.
can see in.
Do you mind if I use your loo, by the way?
Of course, you're most welcome to.
Is that all right?
We'll just leave you to it, though. Okay.
The view from the toilet is pretty staggering, and the second best place to take it all in is the $3 grand bath, which, I'm told, was carved from a single piece of Italian marble. Expensive. Later on, I'll poke around the lower level where there's another 5 classy spaces. Designing a home that's in sync with the beautiful ocean vista was also the idea behind a mind-blowing masterpiece at Bilgola on Sydney's northern beaches.
When we first saw the house, we fell in love with it straight away. It's just a stunning house visually. The roof, for example, when I first saw it, all I thought was it's like a large bird looking to fly away. And I was kind of captivated by that.
The outdoors are inside and the inside is outside. So there's a beautiful vertical garden right off the living area. When you slide the doors back, it's just green and magical. When you're inside the house, there's 2 gorgeous fiddle leaf figs growing right up out of the ground, and the outdoors has come in. But as you look up through the winding staircase and the amazing light feature that goes through the middle of it, 7 levels from top to bottom, but with all the timber, and it's like you're up amongst the treetops.
This garden was created by celebrity landscape designer Jamie Jury, and I have to say, he's done a top job.
One of the things about the house that's quite unique is the garden is built on top of the garage, and my office looks out onto that, and it is like a secret garden just for you as you look out from your office and enjoy that, and wow, what a beautiful place to work. This house has a lot of secret gadgets, which our 12-year-old son Max absolutely loves, from the secret button that lifts up the cupboard in the kitchen for the coffee cups, or the bin that you have to tap with your backside to open, and the pop-up TV in the kitchen, which comes straight up out of the marble bench to watch your sport or your cooking show.
One of the best gadgets is the hatch that opens up into the roof. It's electric. It's a very easy and great way to get up and down. The deck was designed so that it looks a little like the inside of a whale. This is meant to be the whale's ribs. You can look out forever. You see miles and miles out to sea, across up the coast to Avalon, down to Manly. The deck's also really good for whale watching. This year we've seen countless whales going up and down the coast, breaching. It's quite something, and it's a great place to be.
The lines are quite blurred in this house. You get the best of both worlds. When the doors are open and you feel like you're sitting in your living room, but you're outside, then it's magical.
Coming up,
Chop, chop.
Kate finds out what it takes to keep a prestigious property looking its best.
Hour to open and close all the curtains.
What?
And I'll be getting the lowdown on Deb's stunning lighting design.
Best part of a year searching the world for beautiful lights.
Queensland's Sunshine Coast was the perfect spot for lovebirds Deb and Glenn to create their dream beach house. Their contemporary style Azure is built into the cliffs in the very posh suburb of Sunshine Beach. It's designed to bring the colours of the sea and the sky into the house to blend with the blue decor. But I'm keen to see how Deb's massive walk-in wardrobe fits into the scheme of things.
Geez, it's like a little boutique shop, isn't it? With a shop front window, the Imelda Marcos wall. I feel like I'm just waiting for somebody to come and serve me because I've got to buy a present for my wife. You know, get her a nice watch here or some perfume.
So, you've been playing in the dressing room?
Yes, the walk-in wardrobe.
You haven't been trying my shoes on, have you?
I don't think I could fit those Jimmy Choos on my big galumphing feet, but they're very nice, by the way. This is your equivalent of a man's shed, yes?
Well, yes. The whole design was really to sort of replicate a really beautiful boutique. And you've still got an ocean view in the mirror.
You do have a design background, don't you?
Yes, yes. I'm a former fashion designer, actually. I started off designing on my dining room table, and 6 months later I was invited to Milan Fashion Week, so
Okay.
I've been designing all my life.
I've noticed a lot of beautiful lights around the house. You obviously had a lot to do with that as well, yeah?
Yes, I probably spent the best part of a year searching the world for beautiful lights. There are a lot of sleek lines in the house, so I wanted to incorporate organic shapes and some soft shapes, so I've done that with the lighting.
Deb's eye for lighting has worked magic throughout the house, with lights on all the decks and the pool. And I'm looking forward to seeing the big picture when the sun goes down.
The amazing Mandalay house just across from Airlie Beach in the Whitsundays feels just like an exclusive Mediterranean beach resort. And of course I'd know, because I've never actually been to the Mediterranean. Apart from the formal dining room inside, there are 7 other dining areas. Picture yourself having a sit-down dinner for 10 in the climate-controlled cellar amongst the 2,000 bottles. Mind you, that would require a bit of restraint, I reckon. After dinner, you could catch a movie in the cinema, or simply retire to the formal lounge for a glass of cognac, or just pass out. All the chairs are designed for that, I'm sure.
Stunning furniture, big TV, fireplace behind me. What a lovely lounge room. Except it's not a lounge room, it's the bedroom.
And I've never seen anything quite like it. The master suite alone is 200 square metres, with its cosy little sitting area and outdoor terrace. There's a cheeky little L-shaped ensuite with his and her basins, of course, and a spa bath with water views.
This, of course, is the wardrobe, but not just any wardrobe. It is huge. It is 52 square metres, which basically means it's bigger than a lot of new apartments that are being built.
Everything is handcrafted, read expensive. including this incredible rosewood dome, which was shipped over from Adelaide, of all places. Apparently, it took 8 months to make and 3 months to install. Talk about commitment. But one person who's traversed every inch of Mandalay's huge interior many times over is housekeeper Peter.
I've been trying to find fingerprints or dust or... You do an amazing job.
Thank you so much. I love it here, so I try to keep it as pristine as I can.
And how do you run a house like this?
You've just got to keep your observation high.
Right.
Detail is high. Make sure you fluff the cushions up when you leave.
Okay.
As you saw, I had to do the chop.
I don't know about the chop. Tell me about the chop.
Well, nobody has straight cushions anymore. You must chop them, and it's definitely a design and style that certain people like.
The hardest thing about working in a house like this would be organising how you do it.
I start with tidying first, putting everything back where it belongs, turning lights on, turning lights off, depending on what area you're in.
But there's so many lights in this house.
There's quite a few, yes.
So if you're going to go through the house, say, for welcome home, all the lights are on.
All the lights are on.
How long does that take?
About an hour and a half to turn them all on.
To turn them all on?
Yes.
An hour and a half?
Hour and a half, and it's an hour to open and close all the curtains too.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty full on.
And I thought cleaning my place was brutal. At least I've picked up a great styling tip.
Everyone's going to be talking about the chop.
You've got to chop.
All right.
Chop, chop. You have it. I love it. Perfection. Thank you.
Without taking anything away from Peter, I suspect that maintaining the outside of Mandalay is an even tougher job. Later on, I'll find out what it takes to create the Mediterranean-style garden of your dreams and mine. Coming up, when the sun goes down in Noosa...
Sing along if you know the words.
The house that love built is a whole new level of spectacular.
I spent 6 months selecting the right pool tile.
And an award-winning beach house that's all about getting back to nature.
From a distance, it looks like there's somebody in the shower. Naked.
Not all of Australia's best beach houses are perched high on cliffs overlooking the sea. 70 k's north of Bundaberg, in the cute little town of Agnes Water, professional photographer Marion Drew built her dream beach house. And it's a surprising little number that blends perfectly with its bushy surrounds.
The brief that we gave to our architect was that we wanted a place that was similar to camping, where you can come, enjoy the wilds of the beach and the bush, and then come back and then you're in this luxurious space. The shape of the building is strongly influenced by fallen over tank stands. It's like a stretched out house all along our central walkway. The sleeping areas are a long way from the kitchen. So that's great when you've got 10 people here. Everyone can have their own space as well as come together and cook, which we love to do together. The turbine window has shutters that come up which do really suck the air in, so we don't need any air conditioning. I think my favourite part's the wet area, which is the deep bath. It's full of delicious soft tank water. It stays warm for hours and you just looking at the tops of the trees. The shower screen was made specifically for this place. The idea of putting a figure, really, it's kind of spherical, sort of shaped body blur. From a distance, it looks like there's somebody in the shower, naked. This house is designed to preserve all the flora and fauna of the area. It's very low impact. It's full solar. We have our own sewerage system. So it's really thoughtfully laid out. Nature's pretty gentle in this environment. At every angle, you're seeing these serpentine trees and birds and wildlife. The goannas walk around every afternoon. I feel incredibly privileged that this is the place that's home for me.
Azure in Noosa was created by late-in-life lovebirds Glenn and Deb. Their $7 million beachside home steps down the cliff over 3 levels, and on the lowest is yet another swanky living space.
This is where you come when you get sick of looking at the beautiful ocean vista.
There's 3 more bedrooms, a bathroom, a media room.
This place is massive.
And the incredible infinity pool with picture windows, so you'll always know when the party started.
So guys, I love your place. It really is the house that love built. How did you meet?
We actually met in a little tiny primary school on the south coast of New South Wales when we were about 11. And Deb came to the school just for 1 year. And suddenly she left. We never had any contact in 44 years.
So I was visiting Noosa for a weekend and our paths collided. And then from that moment, we were inseparable.
Wow.
And that was it.
After an incredible light show over the ocean, $10,000 worth of lighting kicks in to become the main attraction. Glenn's cleverly laid LED strips into the steps of the pool. The low voltage means it uses up very little energy, but the impact is huge.
The pool looks sensational with the tiles shimmering up. It looks almost like phosphorescence on the top, doesn't it? It does. Yeah.
We went to a lot of trouble to match the ocean with the tiles, didn't we, hun?
Yes, I spent 6 months searching and selecting the right pool tiles. So you had all those beautiful blues and greens and purples so that it really shimmers, and it does. It looks amazing.
Lighting is everything. So every time we come home, we don't just switch a light on. I go around and light all the best lights and I tweak them and create an atmosphere. I hate fluoro lights, just like soft lighting.
You guys are just on a date every day.
We are.
Aren't you?
We are.
Oh, there's one more thing. One more thing. Here goes. Here, go for it, go for it. Sing along if you know the words. Glenn and Deb, when they met, there were fireworks that day. They were primary school kids. But then she moved away. But now you're in love. And it's so pure.
Beautiful.
You built this house. Called it a zoo. Did I get that right?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, man, just call it blue and blue, my friends. Deb and Glenn until the end.
Coming up, a bohemian masterpiece in one of Sydney's best beachside addresses.
Look at this artwork on the wall. It could be worth as much as the house.
And the gorgeous garden where everyone gets to flex their muscles.
You've done that before.
Oh, it's deeply satisfying.
There's one last area to explore at this off-the-scale beach house, and that's the gorgeous grounds which Matt the gardener keeps in shape. Or vice versa, perhaps.
This is all your handiwork.
I'd like to take the credit, but there's actually a bit of a combined effort.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's a couple of people that help out here.
But you're
full-time
full-time?
job. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I have a go on you?
Oh, yeah. I might stand take a step back,
Does that make you nervous? OK, hang on.
You've done that before.
Oh, it's deeply satisfying.
And visually satisfying is the way this boxwood hedging mirrors the très elegant curves of Mandalay House. This is what they call a formal garden, which just means it only has green leafy plants instead of flowers.
How long does it take to do all the hedges and to make them grow in a curve?
Yeah, well, it's probably about 3 years before they looked as good as they are now. We maintain a number of the prestige properties in the Whitsundays, but this one is definitely the most special.
So a garden like this, because these grounds are big, aren't they?
Yeah.
What sort of value is this?
We were involved in the early days, and yeah, there's about $250,000 of hardscaping, meaning some of the rock work that you see around, and then probably another $150,000 with the plants, soil, irrigation. Because the maintenance is also fairly encompassing. It's not just the gardens. There's things like you don't think about, like resealing the driveways, re-oiling every one of the 800 windows in this place.
So what is your favourite part of the garden?
I've got lots, but probably the most impressive that everyone likes to talk about is the Canary Island date palms out in the pool. They're super expensive. These ones were trucked from Adelaide.
All right, you have to show me.
Yeah, come on through.
While I'm enjoying uninterrupted water views here in the Whitsundays, Cam's found a fascinating seaside home that really has to be seen to be believed.
Sydney's glamorous Tamarama Beach is one of the most sought-after suburbs in Australia. It's not unusual for beachfront houses here to sell for upwards of $10 million. But the most bizarre house in Tamarama has very little to do with the view. Kevin Duval has lived in Birrell Street Manor for the last 40 years, and he's spent 20 of those renovating it to his unique taste. Now, he's a man who openly admits he's married to his house. Hello.
Cam, good to see you. Come in, mate. Come in. Come in.
Wow.
And welcome to Birrell Street Manor.
Thank you. I did not expect to see this sort of thing in Tamarama, that's for sure. Spread over 3 levels, every surface of Kevin's Gothic Victorian home and office is decorated in his quirky style, and there's not much elbow room. Birrell Street Manor has a side entrance which takes you to one of 2 living rooms, the master bedroom, and a kitchen which flows out to the garden courtyard. The bedrooms are on the 2nd and 3rd levels, but in this little shop of antiquities, what really stands out are the amazing decorative ceilings. These ceilings, they weren't here?
No, there's nothing at all.
You brought all of that in?
Yes, there's nothing original in the home except for just the main shape of the home. It was fairly heavy hands-on, took at least 20 years to get it to look like this.
What is that? Egyptian fruit lady.
Don't eat the fruit.
Been there for 20 years as well, has it?
Just about.
We've got a bus boy here too. What's that for?
The bus boy is welcoming our patients to the waiting room because I'm a chiropractor, osteopath, iridologist.
Best dressed chiropractor in town.
Come with me.
Look at that.
Do you know that's 240 years old? 1,500 lead crystals.
Right.
Weighs half a ton.
How can the ceiling support that?
I had a metal beam put through. We had cranes come in, put a metal beam here and then concealed it to hold the weight of it.
Wow. Look at this artwork on the wall too, that looks...
This one's over 550 years old. That's an art gallery piece, that
really?
one. Yeah, painted by Ludwig Lapello.
What would that be worth?
It'd be very difficult to put a price on it. Could be worth as much as the house.
Really?
Quite likely.
Wow.
Quite likely.
Packed with close to $2 million worth of art and antiques, there's a very real risk of sensory overload and breakages. I mean, Kevin's home insurance must be through the roof. You're a bit of a collector, obviously.
All this came from my great-aunt.
Right.
And I lived with her because my mother died when I was quite young.
Okay.
And when she died, I inherited all the furnishings. So all the larger pieces all came from her, all the bronze statues, the artwork.
Okay.
So then I developed the home around that, so the house was renovated for the furnishing.
And over time, Kevin has added his very special touches of bling. You did all this, you've dressed it all up?
Yeah, that's what I said. You've got, I love that little bit of, it's got to have the flair.
Who's that cheeky fella?
That was my early entertaining days. That was probably one of the original photos at the time of the Mike Walsh Tonight Show, age 12.
Age 12? Child star?
Oh, of course.
Kevin was a young singer and dancer who went on to become a cabaret performer in Australia, LA and Las Vegas. These days, he applies his creative flair to his unique interior design. And there's no such thing as too busy in this house.
Wow. What is this place?
Welcome to the Peacock Room.
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah, he's a beauty, isn't he?
And you've got them on the ceilings as well?
Yeah, I had a French girl, hand-painted them for me. Yeah. She traced the peacock feathers onto the ceiling.
The actual feathers themselves?
That is the actual feathers on the ceiling. She traced them and then used slightly iridescent paint, so over night time it just picks up a little bit of movement in the eyes of the peacock.
Yeah.
This home was designed for nighttime living and for entertaining. And in my entertaining days, every time I did a new show, we'd always have opening parties here. We had 400 people with the village people here.
Yeah, the village people here?
Oh, yeah, they're friends of mine.
Did they stay in costume?
No, they didn't. They came in their jeans and singlets, which looked better.
And do you ever just sometimes go, right, that's it, I've had enough with that piece, I want it out of here, I've got to declutter?
Have you lost your mind? Definitely not. Even something from a $2 shop, I will make it work somewhere. My friends tell me all the time, Kevin, declutter. I said, no, I feel really safe and comfortable being this way. It makes me happy. Yeah. I like nice things and I can't help it.
Fair enough.
Kevin's house has almost everything you can possibly imagine, and then some. But I still haven't found that coveted Tamarama ocean view.
What's up there?
You should see.
I'm going to have a look.
Of course you can.
What is this? This is some sort of Silence of the Lambs bedspread. There it is. Here we go. An ocean view. He's got it. Worth every penny.
But why would you want to turn your back on a view like this? Coming up...
I've been sprung, haven't I?
More surprises in one of Sydney's most eccentric beachside homes.
This is where I get away from it all.
And you won't believe what they shelled out for the centrepiece of Mandalay's garden.
It took 3 cranes to get into these positions.
Really?
Bit of a logistics nightmare.
In Sydney's beachside suburb of Tamarama, I'm exploring a truly bizarre house that seems to have turned its back on the coast. Birrell Street Manor's colourful owner, Kevin Duval, has spent millions decorating his Victorian-era home. And it's safe to say I've never seen a master bedroom quite like this.
It's resting up, eh?
I've been sprung, haven't I?
This is quite a theatrical bed.
Well, this is over 500 years old. This room's very sort of French provincial. That was the idea of it. This is my favourite room, of course.
It is?
This is where I get away from it all.
Okay, lovely little breakfast nook here.
Yes, breakfast nook comes kitchen.
Chandelier for breakfast and a large one for dinner.
Oh, yes, definitely. Look at porcelain,
That is.
Italian. I think it's the only one in Australia, I think.
Okay.
This is my second favourite retreat area.
Well, I can see why. Greenhouse vibe going on.
Yeah, that was the idea, obviously.
So you've been here for 40 years. Mm-hmm. You spent 20 years of those 40 renovating it yourself.
Yeah.
You put a lot of blood, sweat and tears into it. What does it feel like to be virtually married to a house like that?
I've loved it. Actually, I have sacrificed a lot, and about 3 broken romances in the middle of 20 years. They couldn't cope, you know, because I became obsessed.
You were making them do the hard labour for you.
Oh, exactly. If they were going to reap the benefits.
Yeah. I've got to say thanks for letting me into this very interesting little world of yours.
Yeah, it is my own world, and thank you very much.
It's very unique.
Yeah, thank you.
Unlike Kevin's quaint little courtyard, the grounds of Mandalay celebrate their prime waterfront position. Head gardener Matt is especially proud of the Canary Island date palms, and the operation it took to get them in the ground was apparently bigger than Ben-Hur. That's the original Ben-Hur, not the disappointing remake.
These are the palms.
This is a Phoenix canariensis. It took 3 cranes to get into these positions.
Really?
Yeah, bit of a logistics nightmare. And with the craneage and the soil, you're looking at about $20,000 for each palm.
So that's $40,000 worth of palm right there.
They're very impressive, symmetrical, big, thick trunks.
Would you like to know what my favourite thing in the garden is?
Sure.
The pool boy. Well, because I like a nice, clean pool.
Yeah, right.
Where was he shipped in from? I never got to meet the elusive owners, the mysterious Murrays, but what is no secret is how proud everyone who works on this house is. So, people, start scratching around down the back of your couch. Form a syndicate, 20 million bucks. It could be yours.
Next time on Unreal Estate...
Monsieur?
We head out to the country where Kate visits a grand French chateau.
Why?
Why not?
A mind-blowing rainforest retreat.
From the air, it looks like a lotus flower.
And a family home that's more like a fabulous 5-star resort.
You really are living the dream, aren't you?
Truly.